He's still trying to get the audio to work on the live stream.
Is the headphones plugged into the YOLO box?
Huh. It worked last night.
Yeah.
That's weird. Yes. Yes, we would. La 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 la. Where is Paige? Okay, Paige is going to come down. She's got to be on stage. Is that Max up there? Oh, that's Julio? Ah. Okay, here comes Paige. And we have Riley, we have Andrea, we have Jackson. Jack is not here yet. Anybody seen Jack? Or Shin Shin?
Who? Mason? No.
Mason, no. But if he comes, that will get him points closer. So we are, and Lily's here. We don't have a Maya or Ivan. Max was at an appointment and was going to get here as soon as possible.
Oh, okay.
What time are we at? We're going to get started in just a minute. We're missing some people. The programs were out in front. Do you need one? Oh, Riley will grab one. She's amazing like that. Lily, we need you on stage. Well, it just needs to be live streamed. So if you're live streaming, you're fine. Jesse, you ready? Yeah. Okay. You're on stage. You're on stage. Now we just need Miss Little President. La Presidente.
What is achievement? Oh.
If you can't tell, we're kind of goofy.
Oh. Yeah, we're a funky bunch, all of us. Let's stop doing that. Boom.
This is where you get to improv, Jesse.
Oh. Wow. It's amazing to see you guys here. I am Speed. Elizabeth is starting, but wow. Achievement is not standing on top of the mountain.
I know, that makes it easier. Good evening. My name is Elizabeth Dracy, and I'm the co-president of Troop 3546 of Marshalltown High School. We have some very special guests with us this evening. As I introduce these guests, we would appreciate each of you would stand and may recognize. Those guests are not with us tonight. But thank you, and we'd like to introduce our officers of our troop. And that would just be me and Jesse, because COVID has kind of mixed everything a little bit up. Friends, parents, instructors, and directors, and special guests, it is a pleasure to welcome here tonight to share the induction of 13 new members into Marshalltown High School Troop 3546 of the International Thespian Society. Through hard work, sacrifice, and dedication, these candidates have earned sufficient points on a scale dictated by the International Thespian Society to have the right to be called thespians. It is a title of honor, signifying a commitment to an art as old as humanity. Commitment to theater is what International Thespian Society is all about. The society was established in 1929 at Fairmont State College in Fairmont, West Virginia, by Dr. Earl Blank, who was the director of dramatics at the high school in Casper, Wyoming, Dr. Paul Opp, a member of the college faculty, and Harry Leeper, a teacher at East Fairmont High.
They named their organization the National Thespian Society for Thespis, the Greek, who, according to legend, was the first actor. Their guiding principle was a dedication to excellence in theater arts in secondary schools. 71 schools became charter members of the society. The first national convention and election of officers was held in 1930. From this modest beginning, the organization enjoyed steady growth, and in the next 5 years, the membership had increased to 320 troops. The national office was moved to Cincinnati, Ohio in 1935. By the time the society had celebrated its 50th anniversary, there were 3,190 troops on its roll. At this point, the society had grown into an international organization with more than 2.2 million members and troops in every state and many foreign countries. The society sponsors state, regional, national, and international theater conferences where its members can learn more about the art and craft of theater, perform and see outstanding performances, and audition for scholarships. In 1989, the governing board of the Thespian Society formed the Educational Theater Association to help it provide a broader range of services to theater for theater troupe directors, theater educators. The Educational Theater, oh God. Its board now operates the International Thespian Society, continuing its, how many years is that?
Right now we are at almost 100 years.
Its 100-year tradition of honoring and serving theater students and their teachers.
The goals of the International Thespian Society haven't changed. It still strives to give young adults a place for outstanding theater where the standards of excellence in theater arts will be advanced, and to honor those students who do theater well. And it continues to be guided by the principles of its founders, a belief that participation in the arts is an essential means of widening a student's cultural horizons and enriching their lives. Now, our presidents will light the thespian candle. Let us pause to reflect on the many aspects of the evolution of our art, which encompasses all of the major forms of human expression. Do you guys need help? The history of theater is the history of all people. It is the continuing search to find the answers to the awesome mysteries that motivate the human personality. Just as our early ancestors dramatized a crisis in their lives, so today we come to the theater to search for the answers to the process through which the theater arts have become a part of our cultural heritage. To recall and pay tribute to these arts, we begin the lighting of our candles. I now call the attention to the front of the stage where one of our youngest thespians will be performing their acting. Yasli? Okay. So Yasli is not going to be performing tonight. Jesse, you're reading?
During the 6th century BC, one of the writers of tragedy who won the approval of the priests at the festival of Dionysus was Thespis. About 535 BC, a new dimension was added to drama when Thespis, who was a prominent leader of the Greek chorus, stepped from that group and recited portions of the drama alone. In the moment he separated himself from the chorus, Thespis became the first actor. We also believe that it was he who first used marks so that a person could portray more than one part. Masks, forgive me. In honor of this early Greek writer, all actors are called Thespians. In his honor, we are the International Thespian Society. We have as our emblem the two masks of comedy and tragedy etched in colors of gold and blue, bound together with the Thespian T. I light this candle in memory of Thespis. I light it to remind the wearers of the masks that the emblem represents a proud and dignified heritage, and that this heritage is now entrusted to us.
No one knows when people began to dance. Archaeologists believe that people have always danced, to pacify the frightening forces of nature, to express joy in the gentle beauty around them. Primitive people, by means of rhythmic movement and pantomime, commune by being with both protected and threatened them. Early people realized that everything around them has a rhythmic pattern. They saw this in the path of the sun, in the changing seasons, in the movement of animals, and in their own heartbeats. In their attempt to understand their world, to worship their gods, they imitated those rhythms and developed the earliest known form of performance. When a hunter wished to boast of his skill, he leaped in a circle around the fire and relived his exploits. To the primitive mind, this was magic. To us, it is pantomime. Wherever people lived, the dance and drama developed. As the intellectual powers of humans became more acute, the dance became more complex. Gradually through the ages, people learned to live in two worlds. In addition to the savage world of reality in which people worked and fought for existence, people created another rhythm in imagination which expressed in dance and action in their emotions, prayers, hopes, dreams, and sometimes simply the joys of human existence. I light this candle from the Thespian candle in honor of art of acting without words, dance and pantomime.
Music, oh, music is a language of time and space, from the prehistoric era to the present moment. Music is a record of human feelings. Early people responded to. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Sorry. All right. Early people responded to the environment about them, finding their music in the natural world. People detected the pitch in the cries of animals and the tone quality in the wailing of the wind. They discovered rhythm in their own footsteps. The first songs were shouts of joy and fear, and these shouts echoed again and again in triumphs and defeats, thus releasing people's innermost feelings. For the first musical instruments, there were two sticks banging simultaneously, or stones clapped together in repeated beats. The music talked to the gods or communicated with others through hand clamping, stomping, shouting, and the use of their instruments. The beginning of music are buried with countless centuries, but through the persistence of the mysterious inner force that requires all people to express themselves, humanity has found musical form in tone quality, pitch, and rhythm. I light this candle in honor of the musical expression of ideas and feelings that enhance so much of theater today.
Al, can we have the lights turned down, please?
Pantomime and rhythm were not sufficient for early people who were endowed with an intellect. Even in a desolate existence, people sought to communicate ideas to other minds. Thus, people became adventurers, daring to enter the realm of reasoning and creativity. In this new world, words could become symbols for thoughts, and as a result, speech became part of the total experience for the human race. It was enough for other creatures to communicate danger or need through chirps or calls. But it was not enough for human beings who wished to express concepts that were only imagined. Today, while we can touch the past through speech and reach into our imaginings of the future with speech, perhaps what is even more astounding is that we can reveal our thoughts, hopes, and inspirations to other people through that same medium. I light this candle in honor of our speech, which lifts human beings from ordinary reality to entire worlds beyond, especially the worlds created on the stage.
As Andrea lights the candle for speech, I call upon Jeremiah to recite poetry.
All right. I will be performing two pieces of poetry. The first one being Before the Birth of One of Her Children by Anne Bradstreet. Anne Bradstreet was one of the first American poets and a woman. And during this time, it was, really weird for like a woman to be writing certain things, especially about death, which was very prevalent during that time. People would die all the time. Mothers would die during childbirth before even seeing their kids able to grow up. Children would die super young, whether it was to sickness, disease, or, how dangerous it was during that time. And, well, here I go. Before the Birth of One of Her Children by Anne Bradstreet. All things within this fading world hath end. Adversity doth still our joys attend. No ties so strong, no friends so dear and sweet, but with death's parting blow is sure to meet. The sentence passed is most irrevocable, a common thing, yet, oh, inevitable. How soon, my dear, death may my steps attend, how soon to may be thy lot to lose thy friend. We are both ignorant, yet love bids me these farewell lines to recommend to thee, that when that's not untied that made us one, I may seem thine who in effect am none. And if I see half my days that's due, what nature would God grant to yours and you? The many faults you well know I have, that be interred in my oblivious grave. If any worth or virtue were in me, let thy live freshly in thy memory. And when thou feelst no grief as I no harms, yet love thy dead who long lay in thine arms. And when thy loss shall be repaid with gains, look to my little babes, my dear remains. And if thou love thyself or lovest me, these I'll protect from stepdame's injury. And if chance of thine eye shall bring this verse, with some sad sighs honor my absent hearse, and kiss this paper for thy love's dear sake, who with salt tears this last farewell did take. All right, one down. Sorry. And my second piece is Experience by Edith Wharton, a little more philosophical in the sense it talks about how all these experiences and everything that we've gained through life kind of goes away when we die. What happens to the 20 years you spent learning how to crochet? What happened to all the people that you left, your brothers, your sisters, your best friends that you knew? What happens to all of it when we die? And so, Experience by Edith Wharton. Like Crusoe, with bootless gold we stand upon the desert verge of death and say, what shall avail the woes of yesterday to buy tomorrow's wisdom in the land whose currency is strange unto our hand? In life's small market they had served to pay some late-found rapture. Could we but delay till time hath matched our means to our demand? But otherwise, fate wills it, for behold our gathered strength of individual pain, when time's long alchemy hath made it gold, dies with us. Hoarded all these years in vain, since those that might bear heir to it the mold renew, and coin themselves new griefs again. O death, we come full-handed to thy gate, rich with a strange burden of mingled years, gains and renunciation, mirth and tears, and love's oblivion and remembering hate. Nor know we what compulsion laid such freight upon our souls, and shall our hopes and fears buy nothing of thee? Death, behold our wares and sell us the one joy for which we wait. Had we lived longer like had such for sale, with the last coin of sorrow purchased cheap. But now we stand before thy shadowy pale, and all our longings lie within thy keep. Death, can it be that the years shall not avail? not so. Death answered, they shall purchase sleep. All right, thank you.
Now Paige and Riley will read.
In our Western culture, dramatic literature grew in part out of the worship of Dionysus, the youthful god of wine and revelry, and of crops and vegetation. Because of the importance of this deity to the ancient Greeks, they honored him each year with elaborate festivals, during which a chorus of men dressed as satyrs, mythical beings who were half goat and half man, and danced about an altar chanting his praise. Thus was born the Greek chorus, and it became a central focus in the development of the powerful tragedies of the golden age of Greek drama.
Around 600 BC, playwrights presented their plays in annual festivals in the great theater of Dionysus at Athens. Each hoped to win the approval of the priests whose privilege it was to choose the best play and bestow a prize upon the writer.
I light this candle in honor of dramatic literature, each script depicting the agonies and comedies of the human drama and providing the map to guide the process to creating theater.
At this time, we will be debuting for your eyes Kiklo's Confession, which was written, animated, and voiced over by Paige. And there was also voice acting that was done by Lincoln as well.
I have a problem. I don't really know when or where it started, but it's there. I think it may have been from when I was younger, but I'm not really sure. I've been around too long. To be quite honest, I didn't think I'd get this far. I'm immortal, and I still face the fears of any human on Earth, and I am the person that takes their soul away, and I think that has a lot to say about that. But I'm me. I'm Kiklo. I have to pretend I'm so much better than all of these people, because in their eyes, I am. So, yep. Welcome to me, I guess. This is ridiculous.
Hey, it's time to go.
Okay.
I'll leave you alone.
The truth is, it was you. It was always you. This problem that eats away at me never affected me until you came along. I never had a single issue being who I was because I knew that I was a bad person. You made me believe I could be better. You made me believe that I would be better. You lied to me. You lied.
And now I call upon Jackson.
In a very real sense, the theater today knows no bounds. While primitive people pantomimed around the fire, and the Greek actor portrayed his agony of the spirit in the dancing circle, the modern performer presents his soul searching on a stage. The seeing place, and in an auditorium, the hearing place. The theater speaks to all of us, and at the same time, it speaks for all of us. It is a critical voice, exhorting people to become aware of the world in which they live, and to pass judgment upon it. It is a social voice exhibiting both our nobility and our pettiness. Most of all, it is a prophetic voice.
At this time, I call upon Max.
The events that affect our future are given form through the use of techniques of the modern theater. The theater of today has accepted the challenge of its time. It is stripping away the mask of Thespis and is revealing the complexities of the human condition with an uncompromising vigor and honesty. Theater has outgrown the confines of the seeing place. No building can contain the impact of this most powerful force that brings together all forms of art and artistic achievement. Truly, to paraphrase Shakespeare, all the world is our stage, and we men and women are its players. I light this candle in honor of all its drama, from the use of artistic lighting to focus attention, to the painting of the scenery, or the sculpture of costume or the makeup of an actor's face. From the soundless movements of acting to the rhythmic movements of dance, from the playwright's script that will heighten our awareness of the world to the spoken speech, I honor all the arts that are theater.
At this time, you will note that all candles are lit upon our stage, except for the individual candles of our new inductees. At this time, I will address each new inductee and speak a little bit about them. Jesse and Ellie will help them light their candles. Riley, will you come forward? Riley has a dedication to theater and to all things visual arts. He participates also in video production, in the newspaper, in making short films, in reviewing. Riley is a dedicated member of our theater family and has participated in all aspects of theater this year. Thank you, Riley. You guys need to tip both. Andrea, will you come forward? Andrea is a talented senior. She's participated in All-State for original oratory, has been asked to speak on the behalf of the Superintendent's Board for Iowa, and will be speaking at graduation. Andrea also participated in the school play and competed at the all-state level. Paige, will you come forward? Paige is a very talented freshman. She has competed at all levels of IHSSA speech, including short film, TV news, musical theater, or solo musical theater, I'm sorry, and I believe one more. Paige is also known for her acting ability and learning every single line for everybody in the school play, and was also the stand-in for everybody in the school play. She also had a duet in the musical in the fall. Congratulations. Jackson, will you come forward? Jackson is a senior who is instrumental in our help for the IHSSA, for his love and support of everyone in the program. His goofiness allows for us to relax a little bit, and he managed to land a speaking role, which he thought he was just going to maybe lift somebody, and he ended up with lines. I am also proud to say that he will also be speaking at graduation. Jack is not with us tonight, but Jack is a talented junior who participates in most aspects of theater, especially musical theater. Jeremiah, come forward. Jeremiah is a talented senior who competed at all levels at state for IHSSA and an all-state performance with poetry. He also participated in the musical and in the play. He had lead roles in both. Shinshin is not with us tonight, but she is a talented individual. Jesse, will you light Shinshin's candle on her behalf? A talented individual that participates in most video productions, short films, and TV newscast. She is also behind the scenes when we need her for illustrations, for projections, and anything we ask her to do in the booth. Did you guys light one for Jack too? Okay. Liliana, affectionately known as Lily, is a talented sophomore. Despite COVID, she was instrumental with keeping BNN alive, participating in documenting the entire school year last year and all of the virtual lessons. She continues this today with her work in live streaming and performance art. Amaya is not able to be with us tonight because she is working. We will light her candle for her. Amaya is a state representative in poetry for IHSSA and has participated all 3 years in poetry. Anthony must be at track. Anthony is a talented junior who participates in musical theater, group improv, and other aspects of musical theater and the play at Marshalltown High School. Max, will you step forward? Max is a talented freshman who has had lead roles, participated affectionately in the background for the musical because, as he says, he can't sing, and participates in all aspects of speech. Ivan is not here with us tonight because he is taking his mom on a vacation for Mother's Day. But Ivan is talented in many ways and mostly in organizing our chaos. He is our great manager who keeps us all running along, and he did even participate in the play with lines. Yazli, would you step forward? Yazli is a talented freshman who did acting at the state level. She wasn't sure she even wanted to act, and we kind of put her in there and kind of forced her, and she did an amazing job. So Yazli is talented and also participated in the musical and in the play, mostly behind the scenes, but where she is needed because she runs around like a chicken with her head cut off when we have like costume changes and like 200 of them for a play. These are your new inductees. Ellie and Jesse, would you like to come and read the induction?
The following. So, in the mail, you guys will be getting certificates and little cards to prove that you are members of Thespian Society. While membership in the society is an honor, it is also evidence of continuing desire to work towards higher standards for theater production and education programs. Therefore, members place upon obligations performing your best with the knowledge that greater honors come to those who accept greater responsibilities through cooperation with others. Now, if you could all stand and do the pledge with me. I promise to uphold. Let's try that again. You all are going to repeat after me. I promise to uphold the aims and ideals of the International Thespian Society. I am a student of theater, and excellence is my ideal. I promise to perform my part as well as I can, to accept praise and criticism with grace, to cooperate with my fellow thespians, and work for good of the troupe, and to share my love of theater. The pledge you have just taken binds you to the principles and ideals of International Thespian Society. You are to do the tasks assigned to you. You are to cooperate with troop officers and fellow students, as well as your teachers, administrators, in helping to raise the standards of excellence in your area of experience. You are to refrain from any action that may hinder your work of your troop. You are to conduct yourselves so that you may gain respect of your school and your community. By the authority delegated to me in the International Thespian Society, I now declare you members of troop number 3456 of Marshalltown High School. Congratulations and welcome to International Thespian Society. Always remember our motto, which comes from Alexander Pope's essay on a man. Act well your part, there all the honor lies.
Please step to the membership roll, who will hold it while you sign your name. When members are finished signing the roll and lined up, the speaker may say, oh, geez, whoops, forgive me. If the glow of the achievements of ages past in all art forms is to continue to brighten the path of humanity and help civilization grow, then the theater must remain a vigorous part of that enlightenment and growth by adding new talent to its ranks. Talent that will justify the existence and continuance of drama. We welcome you as new thespians and urge you to use your talent so that our candles may shine more brilliantly as you act well your parts. We have confidence in your ability to achieve success. We sincerely hope that you will enjoy your association with this organization as you now extinguish your candles. Resolve to always let the flame glow in our hearts.
At this time, if you have signed the roll, I ask that you extinguish your candle. Thespians. The future of our organization depends on the dedication of all members and on the vision and the ingenuity of the officers. The members of our troop have selected the following officers to direct our activities in the future. If I read your name, please come stand next to Madam President and Mr. President. Ivan Sabandoval and Paige Huey. Hoy. Oh, I tried so hard. Come stand next to Madam President. At this time, Paige, in the future, for the 2022 to 23 year, you are crowned Madam President. Ellie, pass the crown on to you, which you will receive a red one. But in the future, your goal is to continue the office and the work of the troop for the good of the school. Past presidents can sit. Vice Presidents, Amaya Weatherly and Riley Teedy. Oh, I'm so bad on pronunciation tonight. Secretary, Yazli Montanez Alviso. Treasurer, Nyang Nem or Shinchin. And Sergeant at Arms, the one that gets all the business done, Liliana Torres. It is my honor to confer upon you the charge of your offices in the International Thespian Society. I extend to you the trust of our members and the society in striving for the advancement of theater arts in education and our community. Congratulations, you are the wards of this theater. Please extinguish all Thespian Society candles. At this time, I'd like to say congratulations to all the thespians. If you would have a seat, we can start the IHSSA Awards. So we have certificate of competition and participation for IHSSA, and that goes to, I'm going to say these really quick. If you are here, come up and get your certificate. If you're not here, I will get them to you at a later date. Anthony Kopsa, Archie Furr, Jocelyn Aldina, Jackson Madison, Isaiah Wilder, Jesse DeMeyer. Jesse DeMeyer again. Jesse has a lot. Riley. Jeremiah Hernandez. Andrea Montez. Yazli Montanez Alviso. Jeremiah Hernandez. Elizabeth Drazy. Olivia Eaton. Alexa McKeever. Riley Delarme. Paige, and I'm not even going to try and attempt it yet. Give me some time on that. Hoy, Hoy. Lincoln Williams. Paige Hoy. Max Long. Lincoln Williams. He was taped to a chair for this. Kira Bradstream. Jalexis Fox. Ethan Gale. Ella Spitzley. Oh, I said that wrong. Riley. Jesse. Jeremiah again. I wouldn't leave yet if I were you. Riley. Mango. Liliana Torres. Jeremiah Hernandez. Leo Braun, who has a tennis meet tonight. Yi Dale. And Shinshin. Some other certificates for participation in either the musical or the play for this theater season. David Hernandez, Bernice Ordaz, Gustavo Carrillo, Avery Bowler, Rachel Jacobs, Madison Pickett, Meredith Cotis, Olivia Eaton, Jason Strand, Ellie Seeberger, Adini Guido Chavarria, Reagan Ford, Miranda Valdez Corona, Amara Dilarma, Nayeli Martinez, and Jackson Madison. Our plaques represent excellence in theater. Our plaques are also representative of the IHSA standard in excellence. IHSSA stands for Iowa High School Speech Association. Our standard starts at districts and then moves all the way to all state.
Riley, you got a Division II in state large group in the category of improv. Jeremiah Hernandez was in that same group and as well got a Division II in the large group state category of improv. And Jesse was a part of that group as well. Paige got a Division II in the category of short film in the large group state. Yasley got a Division I in state individual speech in the category of acting. Jeremiah Hernandez got a Division II in the state individual speech category of public address. As well as he got an all-state division in the category of poetry. Andrea got an all-state division in the category of original oratory. That will be the speech given at graduation. Isaiah Wilder got a Division I in the state individual speech category of poetry. And although she couldn't make it tonight, Amaya Weatherly got a Division I in state individual speech category of poetry. I would like to call Isaiah Wilder up to come recite some of his poetry.
The Convergence of the Twain by Thomas Hardy. Lines on the loss of the Titanic. In a solitude of the sea, deep from human vanity, and the pride of life that planned her, stilly couches she. Steel chambers, late the pyres of her salamandrine fires, cold currents thrid, and turn to rhythmic tidal lyres. Over the mirrors meant to glass the opulent, the sea worm crawls, grotesque, slimed, dumb, indifferent. Jewels in joy designed to ravish the sensuous mind lie lightless, all their sparkles bleared and black and blind. Dim, moon-eyed fishes near gaze at the gilded gear and query, what does this vaingloriousness down here? Well, while was fashioning this creature of cleaving wing, the imminent will that stirs and urges everything prepared a sinister mate for her, so gaily great, a shape of ice, for the time far and dissociate. And as the smart ship grew, in stature, grace, and hue, in shadowy silent distance grew the iceberg too. Alien they seemed to be, no mortal eye could see the intimate welding of their later history, or sign that they were bent by paths coincident on being, anon, twin halves of one august event. Till the spinner of the years said now, and each one hears, and consummation comes, and jars two hemispheres.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and guests, as we move forward to a new year, I encourage you to do well your part. Those of you that are moving on to college, know that the International Thespian Society follows with you. Seniors, please rise. Goodbye, my friends. It has been a joy to watch your journey through the challenges that you have faced and the years that you have grown. I am so proud of you. Know that you have acted your part well, and the journey you face will be a struggle, but I know you will do well your part. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, this concludes our ceremony. And I would like to ask that everybody remember to do well your part. Jesse, do you want to put the email that Paige sent about the thank you? If we can get that going. But as you leave, you may come up and take pictures with your honored guests.
of sunlight and a wall too tall to climb. All the reaching, all the wanting, just to tumble every time. But today, what felt so far away feels a little closer. For today, it feels a little closer. And the days carry on. The clouds come rolling in and then they're gone. As the days keep coming on, the midnight sky turns to dawn. Today, what felt so far
never had eggs
feels a little closer. For today, it feels a little closer, a little closer. It feels a little closer, a little closer. It feels a little